And welcome here to John J. Moore Athletic Center here on NJCU Gothic Vision as the Gothic Knights are back in action here at home. They're snapping a 42-game losing streak over the last 3 seasons, a great home win against the College of St. Elizabeth. And they'll take on a red-hot Drew Ranger team coming in with a 5-game winning streak here on NJCU Gothic Knights Vision. So, of course, the big question was, what do you do after a win? If you look at the loss, the preseason conference favorite, TCNJ, Coach Devaney's squad played a valiant game, led 17-15 after that first quarter, led by as much as 5 in the second. Of course, they shot 42.86% in that second. Shot really well from the free throw line as well. 2 players, though, leading that effort as the Bacons with 57 of those 65 points. Both sisters combining for 103 points in the past 2 games. Marajiah Bacon was named NJAC Player of the Week, taking some honors away from Marajiah Bacon, who recorded her 17th career 30-point game, 35 points, a career high here at NJCU, as she has 1,819 career points, 28 points away from moving up in the 5th in all-time program history, and she'll need it today against Drew. Well, Drew obviously 12-13 last year under head coach John Olenowski. That was the best record in 3 years for this Rangers squad. 4 of their top 5 starters returning, including their 2 top scorers, as Haley Stein comes back, and of course Julia Ramos. But do not forget, it was really the freshmen that were going to bolster that front line, and it is freshman forward and leading scorer here, Zakia Campbell, will be key in this matchup for them. Leads them with 12.3 points per game, and also in rebounds with 48, 6 per game off of back-to-back double-figure games. Had 12 points in their win against Cedar Crest. It was a handily win, 73-35. Of course, it's been a week since the Rangers have suited up, so you wonder, is there any rust on this team coming in against an NJCU squad that just played a few days ago? Of course, Paul Tanaselli is my producer and director. I am John Kelly Jr. 9th meeting between both of these squads. Drew has won the last 4. The last meeting was on February 3rd, 2010, and Drew won 68-58. Opening tip coming your way here on NJCU Gothic Vision. Now we get into our starting lineup. So for the opposing Drew Rangers, of course, there's Ramos and Stein, the 2 top scorers from last year. Of course, Sarah Hennig, and there it is, their leading scorer, Zakia Campbell, and Erin Frederick in the 5 for your hometown Gothic Knights. Both Bacon sisters will be there. Marajiah Bacon, Maya Neal, Christine Bizhub is back, healthy again. And Zaira Taylor Gaston, who had 4 points last game. As the tip is won by NJCU, and we are off from John J. Moore Athletic Center. Gothic Knights trying to win back-to-back home games, as Marajiah Bacon setting things up to Bizhub. Taylor Gaston to Neal. Layup is good. Good start here by the Gothic Knights. Offensively, Zakia Campbell, watch out for him, and a press put on. Gothic Knights very, very tough defensively. They force a ton of steals, so you have to be very careful in how you possess against them. Coming to this one with 100 steals. Almost got one there as it's set up. Stein, Fredericks, now to Campbell, out to Hennig. Across the Ramos, down low, Frederick. And that one rims out. Rebound offensively, and Drew ties it up. Erin Frederick, of course, part of 3 double-digit scorers on this squad. Haley Stein the other. And a traveling violation against NJCU, turnover, and it will go back here to the Drew Rangers. Well, they dominated in that first half against Cedar Crest, just allowed them 13 points. 3 of the 4 quarters held Cedar Crest to single-digit scoring. So, of course, or head coach Devaney just trying to build on last week's win against St. Elizabeth and a valiant performance against TCNJ. The key is avoid those turnovers, rebound. Drew just averaging 37.5 rebounds per game as Bacon with the steal. Getting challenged, lay-in, off the mark. Taylor Gaston gets the board. Left-hand lay-in is good. So NJCU leading by 2. Now Campbell gets across the timeline. Looking down for Frederick. Shot off the back iron. Campbell lays it home on the offensive board. So Zakia Campbell with her 49th rebound and her first points, and we are even here at 4. Rangers trying to extend their winning streak to 6. Go to 7-2 overall. Neal to Taylor Gaston. To Bacon for 3. Good! Marajiah off a NJCU career high for her. 35 last game. And traveling violation. Good job here by head coach Devaney's squad, already racking up the turnovers. Up by 3, largest lead for them. Now Drew coming back. Pressure from NJCU giving the Rangers all sorts of trouble. As Ramos can't get it across. 10-second violation. And already the Gothic Knights off to a strong start. The Marajiah Bacon team leader at 23.2 points per game to Neal. Across the Biz Hub, fires for 3. Short, and the rebound by Campbell. Outlets. Stein driving, feeds Ramos, uncorks, and connects. Drew within 1. 7:20 to go. Back and forth as Bacon looking up to Neal, knocked out of play. And the inbound coming for NJCU. So Marajiah Bacon to do it. Flies it out to Biz Hub. Head fakes. Turns to Maisha Bacon, the NJAC player of the week. Back-to-back double-doubles for Maisha. On the drive, drills it out. 3 ball. Good! As the Bacon sisters setting it up. As Marajiah knocking that one down, and the lead to 4 for NJCU. Large as it has been. Ramos in transition. Lay-in is short. Rebound. Marajiah Bacon outlets to her sister Maisha to the block. Jump set. Lay-in too strong off the back iron. Campbell with their 3rd board, pushing ahead for the Rangers. 3-on-2. Zakia trucking over Taylor Gaston. And a charging violation call, and Zakia Campbell is down holding her knee. So we hopefully hope she's okay. We'll step aside as NJCU by 4, 6:37 to go, first quarter. So we hope Zakia Campbell is okay as she limped off. Leading rebounder and scorer, freshman from Sicklerville, New Jersey. Leading scorer, 12.3 points per game. Now with 51 rebounds, so she'll step off. And Drew will try to find a way to replace her. Biz Hub. Drew showing zone. Neal. Biz Hub, head fakes. Over to Marajiah Bacon, fires from deep. rims out. Marajiah Bacon battling for the board, and it is picked up by the Rangers. Nice defensive work on the glass as Axman with it. Now they got to get it across. Woman with the rebound, Axman lost control of it. Whistle, 10-second violation, and NJCU will take it. So NJCU already active here, forcing 5 Drew turnovers, up by 4, 5:59 to go. Looking for back-to-back home wins, 1 and 3, upended the College of St. Elizabeth last week. Their first win ended a 42-game losing streak over the past 3 seasons, as the offensive board could not be corralled by BizHub, so Marajiah Bacon can't knock down from 3. Shot 9 for 20, 45%. Part of that 35-point effort, and that loss to TCNJ. Stein for 3. Good! Drew needed that one. And with Sakia Campbell off, Stein now with 5 points. Her 22nd 3 made. That is tops for Drew. Here's Marajiah Bacon. Only needs 22 points to reach 5th in school history in scoring, 6th all-time, coming in the NJAC in scoring. Neal hands it back to her, 7 to shoot. Marajiah, too strong on the J. Big board by Drew, and they can get their first lead on this possession. Ramos gets it back from Stein. Ramos, the team leader with 45 assists. Axman gonna drive inside, scoop is short, rebound, and that one could not go up and in. So first foul for NJCU, and free throws coming here for Drew, as Sarah Hennig at the line. So Hennig, first of 2, is good. This team shooting 71.2% from the free throw line. Sarah from Belmar, New Jersey, last year tied tops with 129 total rebounds, was tops in rebound per game at 5.2. And does a good job at the free throw line, going perfect. And Drew with their first lead of this one. Jasenia Montalvo checking in. Neal, Taylor Gaston, Marajiah, and Marajiah Bacon in the 5 for NJCU. Trying to win back-to-back home games. Sakia Campbell is out of this game, went down earlier as Bacon too strong on the 3. Taylor Gaston can't get the offensive board. Nice backup by Neal. Out, Montalvo across to Marajiah Bacon, and NJCU will reset. Bacon with 10 double-figure games in all 10 to Neal. Montalvo head fakes over to Neal, and she traveled, trying to get Hennig to lose her feet. Did, but shuffled hers, and it will go over to Drew with 4:05 to go here in the first quarter. John Kelly Jr., Paul Tanaselli, your producer and director. Now Ramos, outlet, Stein for 3. That one rims out. Hennig tries to knock that one back, and that one's stolen by Bacon. Marajiah driving, scoop, too strong. Marajiah Bacon gets her sister's rebound, fresh 30-second shot clock. Christine BizHub set the check in at the next whistle. Taylor Gaston out. Ruiz, Jay too strong, and the rebound by Axman. Outlets to Ramos, into the front court, pulls up, off the back iron, nice rebound by Ruiz. Outlets to Montalvo, across the Bacon, Marajiah driving, laying good! NJCU retaking the lead by 1. 4 is their largest ledger. And Marajiah Bacon with a big time steal. Another turnover for Drew, very effective with the basketball. Last game, just 8 turnovers in their dominant win against Cedar Crest, 73-35. Drew on a 5-game winning streak. Montalvo for 3. That one rims out. Hennig with the board to Ramos. Last year's leader with 97 assists. Averaged 10.8 points per game. And she sets up. Stein comes around now for Axman. Hennig. 10 to shoot for the Rangers. Goes down low. Shot off the mark. Big rebound by Marajiah Bacon. Gonna take it herself. Lefty laying. No rim. Fall away. Cannot go from Marajiah Bacon. Hennig another board. And a foul against NJCU, their second. They lead by one with 2:16 to go. So Marajiah Bacon, 8 points, 2 steals, 3 rebounds. Now with 1,827 career points. Haley Stein leading all scorers with 5 for Drew. Here's Lisa Capiello, down low. Frederick is good. Erin Frederick, the Staten Island product, putting it down. She's second on this team with 6 double-figure games, 4 straight she opened the season with. As Drew back in front by 1, largest they have led by. 1:47 to go. Marajiah Bacon, Montalvo across to Marajiah Bacon. Bizhub out to Montalvo. Last year's leading scorer at 10.3 points per game. Weaves through. 5 to shoot. Marajiah Bacon shot off the back iron. Her sister Marajiah with it. Capiello knocked it out. Who touched it last? They'll say the Rangers with 1:29 to go in the first quarter. So Marajiah Bacon will inbound it. 4 double-doubles for her. 2 of those against the NJAC. Montalvo sets up. Marajiah Bacon with it. Taylor Gaston, the biz hub for 3. That one too strong. Rebound by Marajiah Bacon. Fresh 30-second shot clock. Montalvo 3-ball. Good! NJCU back in front by 2. 1:08 to go in the first quarter. Capiello sets things up in the front court. Frederick. Over to Axman, under a minute to go. Frederick gets it back from her driving lefty hook. Cannot go. Bacon with the board. Marajiah skips it over the timeline. 48 seconds to go. 23-second shot clock, the game clock advantage. 43 seconds on the game clock. Now showing 17 on the shot clock. Montalvo back from Bacon to Taylor Gaston. Drives herself, floater. Cannot go. Big board by Noel. 27 seconds to go. Capiello into the front court. Drew could tie here with a 2, with a 3. Take the lead. Axman, 16 seconds to go. To Frederick. That one knocked away from her. Nice heady play by Marajiah Bacon. Gets it back from her sister Marajiah. They got to go. 7 seconds to go. Marajiah laying good off the glass. As NJCU leads by 4, and like the last game they played, they will lead after 1 quarter. It's amazing. Pat Devaney said, come on, Marajiah, go! She does. And NJCU, after the first 10, up by 4 here on NJCU Gothic Knights Vision. So second quarter upcoming as NJCU leading 17-13 after one quarter, as Marajiah Bacon 10 points in that first quarter, 3 rebounds, 3 steals. Came in with 20 against NJAC opponents. 41 now for the season, tops on the team. Frederick, and she was driving, 3-second violation, so goes over here to NJCU for their largest lead. Marajiah Bacon, Jasenia Montalvo, Bizhub, Maisha Bacon, Zaira Taylor Gaston in the 5 for NJCU. Maisha Bacon opens the second quarter on a good note. Gothic Knight lead the 6, large as it has been. Drew counters with Ramos, Axman, Hennig, Frederick, Haley Stein, who led all scorers, with 5. Sakia Campbell got hurt. She is out of this game for right now, so hopefully she can return. She stepped off, and she had 3 rebounds before stepping off. NJCU by 6, largest lead they have had, looking for more. Montalvo, over to Taylor Gaston. To Montalvo, 10 to shoot, she fires for 3, short. Bacon battling with Axman, nice battle, and Marajiah had gotten it, and then she traveled. So good effort by Marajiah Bacon, but it will go over to Drew as they try to cut down this 6-point deficit. Rangers controlled the rebounding in that first quarter. It's been pretty close. Rebounding area, out rebounded NJCU 13-10. Axman kicks it out. Stein, good for 3. You gotta be careful with Haley. 8 points for her, as she now has 23 threes made. That's tops on the team. 3rd in scoring at 10.4 points per game. Maisha Bacon to Bizhub. Drew within 3. Montalvo with Taylor Gaston, pulls up. Rims out from the baseline. Frederick with a big board. Outlets to Ramos. Across the Stein. Feeds Frederick on the drive. Fall away. Off the mark. Hennig knocks it back. Did not hit the rim. Ramos will settle things down. 8 assists in the last matchup against Cedar Crest. Led all players. Axman to Frederick. Down low. Hennig. Hook shot. Off the mark. And a nice rebound by Maisha Bacon. Outlets to Marajiah Bacon, her sister. Floater. Cannot go. And free throws coming to NJCU. So first free throw attempts for the Gothic Knights, shooting 61.5% at the free throw line, as Neal will check in for them. Marajiah Bacon at the line. Makes the first of 2. Bacon came in with 51 free throws made and 78 attempted, tops on the team. NJAC Player of the Year as a freshman, the Rookie of the Year of the conference at Kane. And she has transferred in here and made her impact felt.
Go get somebody.
Second highest road total in school history when she put up 35 in that battle against TCNJ. NJCU leading by 6, their largest, 4 right now. Led 17-13 after one quarter. The thing is trying to keep that momentum, as I had talked with head coach Pat Devaney, led by as much as 5 in that second quarter. Fact is just taking good shots and not wasting opportunities, as Frederick misses another inside shot. Outlet now to Marajiah Bacon on the drive. Her floater off the mark, and an offensive foul. Second here to NJCU, as we will see the first action from Natalia Ordonez. NJCU take care of the basketball really well in this one. Just 5 turnovers. They forced 9, so Drew just had 8 in that blowout win against Cedar Crest. Rangers trying to extend their winning streak to 6. Overall against NJCU to 5. Series is tied 4-4. This the 9th meeting between both of these squads. Frederick down low against Bacon and lays it in. Good job by Aaron as she saw a matchup right in her favor. Gets Drew within 2. Marajiah Bacon out to Neal. Montalvo, Marajiah Bacon. Ordonez fill out the 5 for NJCU, trying to win back-to-back home games. Neal, now 10 to shoot. To Bacon, 4-3. Off the back iron, long rebound in the hands of Stein. Hennig across the Ramos to Axman. Tries the baseline, Marajiah Bacon, nice denial. And Ramos will set things up again. 2 double-figure games for her. Down low to Frederick. And she lays it down. Nice soft righty hook. Aaron has 6 double-figure games, second on this team. A 9-point effort against Cedar Crest, and we are tied at 20. NJCU in this second quarter led by as much as 6, 19-13. Just 1 point since that point. 7-1 Drew run. Montalvo to Neal. 9 to shoot as Bizhub coming on again. Marajiah Bacon. Big J. The Bacon sisters had 57 of the 65 points. And the NJCU lost, both of them, with 103 points in the past 2 games. And they are stepping it up in full force as NJCU gets a much-needed bucket. Frederick trying to respond. Nice head fake. Her hook shot is good. As fans thinking that was a walk, Frederick was able to keep her footing, and we are tied again here at 22. Montalvo doesn't take the pick, backing things back. Was the floor general on this team last year. Marajiah Bacon, 10 to shoot across to Montalvo. To Neal, shot has to come to Montalvo, 3 ball, good! In the nick of time, NJCU back by 3. Now Ramos will walk it up. At 7 points last game against Cedar Crest. 97 assists last year. Team leader with 45 coming in. Gets it back from Hennig. Short on her 3 attempt. Gets her own rebound. Tries to battle through. Goes up. Can't get it to hit any rim. Nice defense by NJCU. And head coach Devaney wants to talk it over. His team leads by 3, 4:17 to go here in the second quarter. An NJCU Gothic Vision. Paul Tanaselli is your producer and director. I'm play-by-play man John Kelly Jr. 9th meeting between both of these teams. Series is a 4-4 draw. Last meeting was in 2010 on February 3rd, where Drew won 68-58. And also here on NJCU Gothic Vision, check out here in the second, third, and fourth quarter, we'll be able to, on our new broadcast, put in some highlights and show you some in-game shots by our camera above, our producer and director, Paul Tanaselli. So Montalvo will inbound. Marajiah Bacon, Bizhub. Her sister Marajiah Bacon, Taylor Gaston in the 5. Genoa making her first appearance. Frederick, Hennig, Ramos, Axman in the 5 for Drew. As Sakia Campbell stepped off earlier, she has not returned. Leading scorer at 12.3 points per game. Marajiah Bacon across to Montalvo for 3. Short. And a big rebound by Genoa. Montalvo. And then a foul here on NJCU, so they're third. And with 3:47 to go, Maya Neal will check back in. And just to let you know, at halftime, Shaquan Worthy will come on here with our SID Ira Thor. And they will talk, men's basketball team. Ranked in the top 25 this year, of course, Shaquan Worthy. If you get a chance, read the Trentonian, a nice article on him this week, talking about his career, and he's one of several talented guards for this men's squad. Prime for a big year, as Marajiah Bacon cannot lay that one home. He's trying to add to the 3-point advantage. As Genoa throws that one away. Marajiah Bacon, how about a second try? Yes, ma'am, and the foul. So Bacon with an opportunity to add this 5-point lead and push it further. Add to it, as I would say, with 3:20 to go. And of course, the big factor too here for NJCU, what were they going to get out of their bench? Just 3 bench points. Of course, 33 from Drew. They're going to have to unload it here with Sakia Campbell not in since she had stepped off a while back. So Bacon makes it a 6-point lead. That was the largest lead of the game for NJCU. It was 19-13. Then Drew went on a 7-1 run to get us even at 20. Both teams exchanging baskets. NJCU building up their lead. That one thrown down to Frederick, and she cannot lay it home. Knocked out by Noel. And a reset here for Drew. Cannot knock down the long 3 by Ramos. Rebound by Bacon. Rebounding is 21-15. Drew out rebounding NJCU. As Marajiah Bacon sets up, 14 points for her. To Ruiz. Taylor Gaston, the 1,000-point scorer at St. Anthony's High. To Bacon. Cannot knock down from 3. And the rebound picked up by Marajiah Bacon, her sister. Marajiah with their 4th rebound this evening. 2:22 to go as Marajiah will set it up again. Team leader with 10 double-figure games. Over to Neal. 2:11 to go. To Marajiah Bacon, 9 to shoot. The NJAC player of the week trying to weave through. Fadeaway shot. Air ball, and that one picked up by Haley Stein. Top outside shooting threat. 8 threes made for Stein over her past 2. She has made a couple in this one. Down low, Frederick, and she lays it home. Has good ball movement. Capiello with the assist, Staten Island product, and Drew within 4, 1:40 to go. Where Donez will check in for NJCU, trying to win back-to-back home games. Much healthier, head coach Devaney told me coming into this one. BizHub has come back. He'll get 2 other players in the next semester. 10 to shoot for Marajiah Bacon. Now 7 to shoot. She's got to go. Pulls up. That one short, and a big rebound by Frederick. Outlets to Capiello. Across to Ramos. To Stein. 4-3. Good. They have to stop the ball as Stein knocking down another 3-pointer. And we're under a minute to go as Drew within 1. They've trailed by as much as 6 this whole second quarter. 48 seconds to go. 46 seconds to go. NJCU by 1. Stein with 11 points, making her 3rd 3 of this one. And Marajiah Bacon calls for a timeout. And NJCU will talk it over, having 7 to shoot. 1-point game as they were up 28-22. And now Drew with 5 straight points to get within 1 as the Rangers trying to extend their winning streak to 6 games and make it 5 games in this series. 9th meeting. Of course, they have not played since last week after dominating Cedar Crest 73-35. Paul Tanaselli, your producer and director. I'm play-by-play man John Kelly Jr. And you get a chance there on your screen. You see Drew talking things over with their head coach. So you're just seeing right there on your screen, just to correct with my producer and director, Paul Tanaselli, just the pressure that NJCU been able to put on in this first half. They have forced 11 Drew turnovers. Now trying to score. Bacon short. Nice rebound by Ramos. 30 seconds to go. Drew to go into halftime despite a struggle here in this first half with the lead. 21 seconds to go. Ramos to Knoll. Frederick has trouble handling. Marajiah Bacon to Taylor Gaston. 12 to go. Taylor Gaston to Marajiah Bacon. Cannot lay it home. Charging called against NJCU, their 4th foul. So at 10.3 seconds to go, Rangers can take the lead going into halftime. Shot clock is turned off. as Brooke Tominski will come in second with 13 threes made and 36 attempted at a career high 10 points against Cedar Crest. Ramos, 5 seconds to go. Drew tried to take the lead, stolen by Marajiah Bacon. One, she has to fire it at the horn, and that one not going to go, and it wouldn't have counted anyway. But NJCU, 2 excellent 10-minute periods, and they lead by 1 here at halftime, 28-27 on NJCU Gothic Knights Vision. So, if you see what has happened here with NJCU, as Marajiah Bacon, 14 points, 10 of those 14 in the first quarter. And Marajiah Bacon with 4 points. Marajiah leading with 8 rebounds. 5 rebounds for Marajiah, second on the team. Marajiah just had my stat thing thrown off with 8, so leading the way there, just 1 away from a double-double. How about this for Marajiah? 6 steals, 14 points, leading all scorers. And in the Drew category with Sakia Campbell stepping off. Not sure if she'll return. 2 Drew players in double figures. Haley Stein leading the way with 11, and Aaron Frederick with 10 points. And on the rebounding side, Drew with 8 players with 2 or more rebounds, and Haley Stein leading with 4 rebounds and 3 assists here from Ramos. So now she has 48 team lead. So after 2 quarters here, it is NJCU 28-27 here at halftime. And tune into the camera as Ira Thor, or over the airwaves here, going to talk with Shaquan Worthy of the men's basketball team. Men, of course, in the top 25 this year and trying to win the NJAC. And that interview coming to you next. At halftime, NJCU leads Drew 28-27.
All right, we are back here at the John J. Moore Athletics and Fitness Center and Coach Charlie Brown Court. Halftime between the NJCU women and Drew University. The Gothic Knights looking really good thus far. Marajiah Bacon with 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 steals on her way to potential triple-double. Men's basketball is really on fire right now. And this young man, Shaquan Worthy, senior point guard out of Trenton, is a big reason why. As the Gothic Knights on Saturday closed out the fall semester in style with a dominant blowout win on the road against arch rival TCNJ, 82-57. Talk about that game, Shaquan. You're playing in front of your hometown. You probably had a lot of friends and family there, and playing in front of your high school coach, Greg Grant, arguably the best player in the history of the conference, maybe in the history of Division III.
Right.
What was that experience like for you?
It was very special to be back home playing in front of an awesome crowd. One of the things we wanted to do was go down there and get a huge victory, because we know that they just beat Montclair State, who beat us, so we know making up for a loss that we took to Montclair State and William Patterson that would kind of wipe it out. And, you know, it's tough to win in their gym, but we were able to do it by 25 points, like you said. And that just showed how much we worked hard over the weekend. We had a whole week of practice to get things together defensively, and that's what we did.
Wanted to adjust an audio setting there real quick. For yourself, you started the year battling for that starting spot, played tremendously coming off the bench, but that was a role that you really weren't used to. Now you're back in that starting spot, and between you and James Richardson, probably the best 1-2 guard combination in the conference right now. How have you guys kind of blended your games and been able to gel so far?
Well, one of the things he wanted to do, because he's an athletic player, he wanted to, you know, he didn't want to play the 1 anymore. He wanted to move over to the 2, and you can see how fast that changed things. He's getting out on the break. He's using his athleticism, and, you know, it's just working. Like Coach said, he wanted to recruit over everyone, and I believe we have a lot of pieces to do special things. We just trying to turn the corner here now as we enter the second half. So we're going to see what holds up for us.
The game looks like it's slowed down for you a little bit. You know, when you were younger, freshman year, you know, you came into this team as your senior year in high school. You led the state in steals and you led the state in assists. That's pretty dramatic numbers right there. College game obviously is a lot faster. And now it looks like, as you're closing out your career, that you are complete control out there on the floor. Assess how you've kind of developed in that way as, you know, you've gone on through 2, 3, 4 years now as the lead point guard.
Well, just learning from Coach Brown, learning from a good point guard, and Jordan Roberson, and then playing behind Altai Robinson. Those guys really helped me out, and as you can see, I'm a lot more poised out there on the court, and that's what I try to do. I try to stay calm. I don't want to be one of the guys as a point guard that breaks under pressure and stuff like that. So I've always learned to hold my composure and, you know, just run the team how Coach wants me to run the team.
Now you're playing for a point guard. Mark Brown played professionally at that position. What's it like after 4 years of playing for somebody who probably expects perfection or is close to it out of that position, because he played almost perfectly at that position, and how have you learned?
Actually, watching his highlights and stuff, I could kind of see some of the things that he wants me to do. I'm not saying that he wants me to, you know, play how he played, but there were times will be when I hold myself back and I won't shoot the ball. He just wants me to be aggressive. He wants me to be the quarterback out on the floor. If you look at the season this year, he kind of wants to be able to sit down, being that we have an older crew of guys with seniors. He wants to be able to just sit down and have us run the team the best way possible and go out there and work on defense, and everything else translate over.
You guys came into this year with a lot of expectations. 16th in the country in the D3 Hoops preseason poll, 10th in another poll. And we can see the talents there. Obviously, we took a couple early losses. The Stevens game, which, you know, still bothers all of us involved based on how it ended. Patterson came out and just outplayed us that day, and then we lost to a very good Montclair State team on the road. But it looks like the team has finally put it together. as you guys head into this holiday break and head out to Ohio for what should be a really good tournament, where's this program at right now?
Well, just like you said, we had a lot of expectations. We came out, a lot of guys had to get used to the league. One of the things Coach wanted us to do is go into the break 8-3, and we were able to get that big win on Saturday.
Sure.
So like I said before, we're still trying to turn the corner. I don't think we've gave anyone our best shot yet, but hopefully that's coming on in the second half. Because like Coach always says, I mean, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So we want to be playing good in February and March.
Absolutely. All right. You guys have been the show for a while. Women's basketball has been developing. As a basketball fan, you have to enjoy what Coach Pat Devaney's put together, and especially watching the Bacon sisters, even though we have them for 1 year. It must be a lot of fun seeing the other basketball program have some players for sure.
Yeah, definitely. The two sisters, they're amazing. As you can see, Coach Pat, he's a great guy. A lot of girls are looking to come play for him. As you can see, this team, I thought they were going to be really special. Actually, I think they are going to be special second half. But you can see he has a lot of his players are hurt right now. I believe he's 7 to 8 players down, and they're still out here competing, going hard every game. They're in almost every game until it'd be second or third quarter, but he's putting together something special. I'm ready to see how they turn the corner as well.
All right, last question. Going to have a few days off here before we have to come back and get ready for the Ohio trip. What is Shaquan Worthy going to do during his senior year holiday break?
Get in the gym. Got a lot of kids to work with, as well as working on myself. But I'm just going to make sure I take care of my body, get in the gym, and stay up on my teammates, making sure everyone else is getting in the gym. Because the way we play defense, we want to make sure guys are in shape. We want anyone to slack off and come back out of shape. So we just want to keep things rolling.
That's Shaquan Worthy, senior point guard on the NJCU men's basketball team. They are 8-3 in a year, still receiving votes in the national poll. Only 11 games gone by. A lot of basketball still to be played. Shaquan Worthy, Sam Toney, and the rest of the Gothic Knights will be back here at home on January 5th. Their next action out in Worcester, Ohio, will be a very neat trip for you guys. Hope you enjoy it. And thanks for watching this halftime interview. We'll be back for the second half broadcast. John Kelly Jr. will return here on GothicVision.
So we're back here with the third quarter. John Kelly Jr., Paul Tanaselli with you, as NJCU outscored 14-11 in that second quarter, trying to make it back-to-back home wins. This the 9th meeting against Drew. Aisha Bacon tries to go down low. Drew forces the turnover. Stein gets it from Ramos. Stein short on the lay-in, knocked out of play, and the last touch by Axman. Joins Frederick. Stein. Hennig. Axman, Frederick in the 5 for Drew. Marajiah and Maisha Bacon, Montalvo, Taylor Gaston, and Maya Neal in the 5 for NJCU. Bacon led all scorers in that first half. 10 of her 14 came in the first quarter. Inching closer now, being 5th all-time in school history scoring. Montalvo, 3 to shoot. She's got to go. Jasenia inside. Taylor Gaston at the horn, off the mark. Battle for the board. It goes defensive. Axman with it for Drew. Rangers trying to retake the lead. Out rebounding NJCU 24-17. Frederick, who had 10 in that first half, to Axman. Trying to go back to Frederick. Good job defensively. NJCU denying a give and go. Axman with 8 to shoot. Good defense by the Gothic Knights. 4 to shoot. Ramos on the drive. Scoop is short. Rebound by Neal. Maisha Bacon races into the front court. Back-to-back double-doubles for her at 22 points, 15 rebounds last game. As Montalvo over to her sister, Marajiah Bacon. Balloons it across the Neal. 3-ball. Good! Painting it off the glass. And there are your first points of the third quarter, as NJCU by 4. 6 was their largest lead. They forced a lot of turnovers in that first half. 13 for Drew just after 8 a week ago. Make that number 14 is a big-time steal by Bacon. Marajiah lay-in, good. As she tried to draw contact on Axman, as Coach Devaney frustrated, doesn't matter, NJCU by 6. And a timeout on the floor taken by John Olenowski. So Marajiah Bacon with her 7th steal of this one. 45 leading the team. She had 6 in the first half. And let's look at that last play. Just so instinctive, using her arms, knocks the ball away, takes it to the goal, draws contact there. Axman did get a hand on her, but I'm sure if you're Pat Devaney, while you might not get the foul, you'll take the 2 points. As NJCU opening up here with the first 5 of quarter number 3, 7:47 to go. Paul Tanaselli is your producer and director. I'm play-by-play man John Kelly Jr. as NJCU trying to make it back-to-back home wins, led by 1 at halftime. And getting it done here defensively, we know what they can do. Forcing 20.2 turnovers per game, and they're using a trap on the near and far side. Ramos having trouble getting away from it. Cross here for Axman. Frederick open, finds her, and she lays it home. Good job out of that timeout by head coach Olenowski to break that press. 3rd season, 28-30. This is a team NJCU faces that was 12-13, best record the last 3 seasons of Drew Ranger women's basketball. Hennig with a nice board. Outlets to Ramos. Drew trying to cut down this 4-point deficit. Ramos down low to Frederick, but nice read by Bacon. Picked up by Maisha Bacon to her sister Marajiah Bacon. Stuffed going up, second try is good. Marajiah Bacon extends the NJCU lead back to 6. And nice job here right on defense to set up their press, and a 5-second violation. NJCU ball pressure, high energy defense. That's exactly what Pat Devaney brings into this squad. So Marajiah Bacon to inbound. Drills it at Neal. She's able to settle it down. Out of Maisha Bacon. 6-point lead, NJCU. Get it to its largest ledger with a 2 or a 3. Montalvo for 3, short. Neal trying to throw it off of Ramos. Montalvo got it. Fresh 30-second shot clock. And Marajiah Bacon will settle things up again. 18 points, leading all scorers. Over to her sister Marajiah Bacon, to Taylor Gaston. Nice head fake, takes it. Stuffed going up by Frederick, but she drew contact. And NJCU will go to the free throw line for their 4th and 5th attempt. Clean basketball, just 5 total free throw attempts in this one. And now Taylor Gaston at the line. Team shoots 61.5% at the line. 1 for 1 there, so the lead now to 7 for NJCU. Zakia Campbell had stepped off early in this one. Leading scorer for Drew at 12.3 points per game. Leading rebounder, she has not returned. Aaron Frederick has come in and been great. The sophomore forward, of course, for head coach Olenowski's squad. It was going to be those young players that were going to help them up front to improve from 12 wins last year, which was their best record in 3 years, and they defeated nationally ranked Juniata. A lot of momentum for this Rangers squad, who had come in on a 5-game winning streak. But they haven't played in a week, and NJCU had played their conference preseason favorite TCNJ as tough as ever. 7 to shoot, Montalvo to Bacon. 3 ball is short, gets her own board. Underneath the Biz Hub, turns around, hook shot is short, and 3 seconds is the call. So 7-point lead for NJCU. Largest it has been at the 5:48 mark. Paul Tenaselli, your producer and director. I'm John Kelly Jr. as Lisa Capiello comes in. Ramos, Haley Stein, Noel, and Frederick in the 5 for the Drew Rangers. 6-2 overall on a 5-game winning streak. Ramos, Noel, triple teamed and draws the first NJCU foul with 5:36 to go. Marajiah Bacon will check in. So Bacon gonna come in for Biz Hub, Montalvo, Taylor Gaston, Neal, and Maisha's sister Marajiah in the 5 for NJCU. Stein driving, hook shot, too strong. Frederick the board, layup, rims out. Frederick, short shots, getting nice looks. Aaron could not knock down. Marajiah Bacon gets it from her sister Maisha. 18 points for Bacon. 10 double-figure games and 10 coming in. She has now 11 in 11 games, and Taylor Gaston traveled. So NJCU picking up their 9th turnover. They have forced 16 Drew turnovers. 14 points off of turnovers for NJCU. As Biz Hub draws the second NJCU foul. She was trying to stop Julia Ramos, the Hazlitt, New Jersey product, who played at the very famed high school St. John Vianney, a very good women's basketball program down there, constantly a TOC contender and a state champ. As she made an appearance in the TOC, won a sectional and state title. And this team leader here, sophomore in assist, sets it up. 97 was her mark last year. That was tops on the team. Over 48 this year. And foul on NJCU, so that will be their 3rd with 4:53 to go. Haley Stein, Aaron Frederick leading all scorers for the Rangers. She has 12, Stein with 11. Ramos with 3 assists. She has 48, tops on the team. Now Stein lobs down to Frederick, lost control, hit a pair of hands. It will go back to 30 seconds on the shot clock. And inbound will stay with the Drew Rangers. We're even at 16 apiece scoring in the paint. And that was an area Drew was dominant, 44-20 against Cedar Crest in that dominant victory. As Stein too strong on that floater, and Frederick with her 14th point. So Aaron has 7 double-figure games, 2nd on this team. She now has 3 double-figure games in her last 4. 4 straight to open the season, the Staten Island product. Been big now with Sakia Campbell stepping off and not returning since. Neal for 3. That one off the back iron, and a big board by Noel. Outlets is Drew trying to cut down this 5-point deficit. Stein steps it up. Capiello across to Ramos for 3. That's good, and Drew, after trailing by 7, now has put together a 5-0 run. They're within 2 as Marajiah Bacon crosses the timeline. Key thing for this NJCU squad is to offset those big runs, continue to build your lead. As that 3 from BizHub rins out, Noel draws the foul. 4th for NJCU, and Drew can tie on this possession with the 2. Go in front with a 3.
Just got 3, right? Just got 3? 2? Man up. Yesenia, get 2. You get 2.
So Capiello will move it on up the floor. Played in all 25 games last year. Another Staten Island product on this squad. Stein for 3, too strong. Axman has an offensive board, but could not keep it alive. Throws it away, and NJCU with the basketball. Axman has 3 rebounds in this one as Montalvo crosses the logo, setting it up. Jasenia with a Taylor Gaston to Marajiah Bacon, out to BizHub, 3 ball. Good, just what NJCU needed. As Drew was on a 5-0 run, got it within 2. NJCU lead back to 5. They led by as much as 7, 36-29 in this 3rd quarter. Trying for back-to-back wins here at home. Stein thought about a 3. Noel over to Capiello, down low for Cracked. 3 off from Ramos. Cracked with the big offensive board. Fresh 30-second shot clock. And then Marajiah Bacon, check that, Marajiah with the steal. Gonna take it herself and lays it home. Marajiah Bacon with a double-double now. 20 points, 10 rebounds. Racking up her 8th steal. 2 away now from a triple-double in this one. Lead is back to 7. Drew got it within a bucket on a 5-0 run. 36-34. Last 5 been scored by NJCU. A BizHub 3 and a Marajiah Bacon layup. 3 to shoot. Stein's got to go. Throws it into the hands of Marajiah Bacon, her 9th steal. 1-on-2. Marajiah to the 10. Floater off the glass. He's trying to draw contact, get the foul. We're under 2 minutes to go. And Marajiah Bacon drawing the 5th NJCU foul as she had knocked Capiello. Capiello with 2 assists in 10 minutes played. And she will go to the free throw line. This is an area where Drew is very strong, shooting 71.2% coming in. They're a perfect 2 for 2 this evening, as NJCU has put them in the foul shooting bonus. Capiello makes that 3 for 3. Ramos comes in, Frederick comes in for Cracked. Capiello at the line, Noel Axman in the 5 for the Drew Rangers, riding a 5-game winning streak. As Capiello keeps them perfect at the line, they're 4 for 4 and within 5. Montalvo, BizHub, Taylor Gaston, Marajiah, and Marajiah Bacon in the 5 for NJCU, up by 5. Taylor Gaston feeds underneath the Bacon, had trouble. Sister Marajiah able to back her up, out to BizHub, 3 ball, short. And a big defensive board by Axman. Gives it to Capiello. With 1:28 to go, Drew trying to cut down his 5-point deficit. Axman gets it from Capiello. Stopped by BizHub to Frederick. Leading all scorers with 14 points. Ramos driving and lays it home. Drew within 3. Got within 2. NJCU is led by as much as 7 in this 3rd quarter. 36-29. It's Montalvo moseys it over the midcourt logo. Under a minute to go in quarter number 3. 3-point lead for NJCU. and an offensive foul against NJCU. And they're going to give it to BizHub. So Noel will inbound for Drew from Everett, Massachusetts. Played at Tabor Academy. Out to Cappiello. 55 seconds to go. Drew can get this tied up with a 3. Get it down to 1 with the 2. As Frederick short on that floater, also may have gotten away with a charging call, and her 2 tries unsuccessful. As Marajiah Bacon will slow things down. 13-second shot clock, the game clock advantage. Marajiah leading all scores in this one. She has 20, gets it back from her sister Maisha. Marajiah out to Montalvo. Maisha Bacon, 8 to shoot. Montalvo for 3, short. And a big board picked up by Cappiello. 14 seconds to go. Sets up, and Drew will have the final possession of quarter 3. 8 to go. Ramos up the pick of Noel. Ramos driving with 4 to go. Stuffed going up, gets it back. Stuffed again with 1 to go. And with 0.6 of a second, it will go over to NJCU as head coach Olenowski was clamoring for a call. He will not get it. So Hennig will check in for Frederick as Aaron Frederick will come out. BizHub to Bacon, fires from midcourt. Almost, but will be an air ball. And we have one more period of 10 minutes to go. NJCU up by 3 after 3 on NJCU GothicVision. Marajiah Bacon now with 20 points. Again, 6 of those 20 in that third quarter. She had 14 after 1. Of course, 6th in the NJAC all-time in scoring. She had 35 last game. 19 of those came in the second half. And in this one, seen the Bacon sisters continue to cook it up on the floor. 24 points between both of them. And with Sakia Campbell not returning in this one, Aaron Frederick, the sophomore from Staten Island, stepping up. Played, of course, at Notre Dame Academy. Won a Archdiocese championship. 11.6 points per game was her average. Second coming in. Second in rebounds with 40 at 5 per game. Frederick, 3 rebounds, 14 points. Leading the team with 14 points. 3 double figure games, that is, for her in her last 4. And she's been big. This one, Haley Stein. Her 8 points last game, picking up her 4th double-figure game, 3rd on the team in that category, as she had 3 double-figure games in her first 4, trying to all offset Sakia Campbell not being in this one. So final 10 minutes to go. Drew trying to rally, keep that 5-game winning streak alive. NJCU trying to make it back-to-back home wins. They battled hard against conference preseason favorite TCNJ. Fell in that one by just 7. Trying to get a win here at a conference at home. Montalvo, Maisha Bacon, her sister Marajiah Bacon, Taylor Gaston, and BizHub in the 5. Air ball that, Jay, from Marajiah Bacon. Then Maisha goes to follow it up. And jump ball is whistled, and the Gothic Knights will keep the possession. Hennig, Tominski, Ramos, Haley Stein, Aaron Frederick in the 5 for Drew. And Taylor Gaston can't lay that one home, but Drew cannot get the defensive board, and will stay here with NJCU. Marajiah Bacon to steal away from a triple-double as Taylor Gaston lays it up and short, but drew contact, and she will go to the free throw line. First foul for Drew here of quarter number 4. As Paul Tanaselli, your producer and director, I'm play-by-play man John Kelly Jr. As NJCU here in this 9th meeting, trying to stop a 4-game skid to Drew and their 5-game winning streak, as Taylor Gaston knocks down the first of 2. Sierra, of course, coming here after finishing up her career at Marist. 1,217 career points at St. Anthony's High School. Of course, when it had shot, she went over to Marist, got into a state quarterfinal. Something you gotta love from Taylor Gaston, what she can bring 4 straight years in high school. She had 100 plus rebounds as a sophomore, averaged 20.3 points per game, and had 10 points, a career high against the College of St. Elizabeth, and more. She's continued to be a staple in this lineup. She went perfect at that line, drew down by 5, trailed by as much as 7. Where's the scoring going to come from? Frederick has been a key answer for them. Stein the other one. As Tominski's 3 off the mark, and that one had touched the shot clock, so they're going to give it over to NJCU. Tominski, not a bad player to have in this one. Put up a career high 10 against Cedar Crest. Knocked down 4 threes, a career high for her, alongside 3 rebounds and 2 steals. Played for her father, Bobby, at Woodbridge High School. And a good softball player. And a heck of a three-point shooter. 13 threes coming into this one made. Second on the team. So if Drew needs some trigger pullers, her and Stein definitely adequate, as Pat Devaney going to call a 30-second timeout. Referee actually says it will be full. So NJCU with a 5-point lead. 8:34 to go, looking for back-to-back wins. We'll step aside at NJCU Gothic Vision. NJCU trying to stop Drew's 5-game win streak, and with the ability to force turnovers and turn them into points, one of the major reasons they are doing it. And Marajiah Bacon this evening, over 8 steals in this one, helping out the NJCU cause. She's 1 steal away here. She has a double-double with 20 points and 11 rebounds. 1 more steal, she has a triple-double. Defense ferocious here this evening, as 13 total steals by NJCU, as Bacon short on that floater, but a fresh 30-second shot clock. And rebounding now, 32nd rebound. Drew just holding a +4 advantage, as that is the 16th offensive rebound for the Gothic Knights. Montalvo, 7 points was NJCU's largest lead with 7:58 to go. Now 10 to shoot. Got to pick up the pace. Taylor Gaston plants, floater, too strong. Frederick with the board. Drew has to put together a run. There's 38 points scored for them. Frederick feeds underneath. Big rejection, no! They say that Marajiah Bacon had contact, as she had flat out stuffed Haley Stein. And Stein will get to go to the free throw line. So that one is off the mark from Stein. Haley Stein, of course, all Skyland Conference player, again from the Star Ledger, 3rd team. Played North Hunterdon High School. 8 points last game. Last year, a top outside shooting threat. This Drew team had 4 of their 5 starters return. Stein, one of the top 2 scorers to return. And they're happy to have her, as she's had to step up here with the likes of Sakia Campbell stepping off the floor and not returning. Just 4 minutes for Campbell in this one, as the key scorer for NJCU, Marajiah Bacon, extending their lead to 6. 7 is the largest it has been. Marajiah now with 22 points in this one. Frederick knocking it down for Drew. So Aaron now with 16 points. 4 away from her season high, which was 20 against Penn State Berks. Taylor Gaston to the baseline, the Montalvo. Last year led this team with 74 rebounds and 19 threes made as Bizhub to Bacon. Floater off the glass, battling for the offensive board. What a rebound here by Marajiah Bacon. Hustle with a capital H. Montalvo threw it away to Frederick. Now Ramos in transition. Fakes, layup, hit the rim, actually stuffed herself, and her second try will be denied because of a traveling. So Neal will step in. As Ramos on the evening, just 7 points. 3 assists. She's turned it over 5 times. That is the difference in this one, as my producer and director Paul Tanaselli has shown you. Turnovers leading the points. NJCU forcing 19 turnovers and getting 16 points off of them as they draw a foul on the Rangers, and it will be on Frederick, her second, her team's first. So Marajiah Bacon to inbound. Got her 8th 20-point game this evening as Taylor Gaston got stuffed. Montalvo backing it up. Ramos all over her. NJCU trying to extend the lead. Montalvo, air ball on the 3. And Neal goes to it as that didn't hit the rim, draws contact on Axman. Her 3rd foul for Drew total. And 3rd foul for Drew, 2nd to Axman, and Bacon will inbound. So Noel will come in. Bacon to Neal. No, being screened by her coach. Yes, from 3. So the lead for NJCU back to 7, largest it has been. As Ramos crosses midcourt. Drew without their leading scorer, Sakia Campbell. Can they keep this 5-game winning streak alive? We will see. Won 4 straight against this NJCU squad as Stein draws the 2nd NJCU foul of the 4th, and Haley back to the charity stripe. First meeting between both of these squads since February 3rd, 2010, in which Drew won 68-58. And Stein now to the line. Drew shooting 83.3%. Stein misses the first of 2. Stein had come in with 100% free throw shooting, tops on the team. She goes 0 for 2. She's 1 for 4 at the line. NJCU by 7. This is the largest they have led by. It could go further. Bacon to Taylor Gaston. The biz up from deep. Good. As NJCU by 10. Largest they have led by. They have knocked down 8 threes this evening, and their lead to 10. It is the largest it has been. 5:09 to go. Paul Tanaselli is your producer and director. I am play-by-play man John Kelly Jr. as the Gothic Knights 5:09 away from getting back-to-back home wins and doing it here defensively this evening, as the lowest they've given up in points this year is 46. And of course that in losses to Purchase and Kane earlier this year on the road. So this would be a season best in points allowed for them. And they've gotten better and better as we've gone along. Of course, getting a challenge. Drew has not played since last week on December 1st, so they were a little rusty. Their bench normally strong, 33 bench points, 33 of those 73 in that 73-35 win against Cedar Crest. Came off the bench, but this evening with Sakia Campbell going down, Drew just only able to get 2 points off their bench. They've turned it over 19 times, as 19 points off of turnovers by NJCU, and as we had said, really, in the paint, how is NJCU going to do? Only being outscored 22-18. And, of course, on the main scoreboard, that's what matters. Up by 10. So Ramos moving it back up. 7 points for her this evening, 3 assists. Now Noel on the drive. Lay-in is good, so that one big out of a timeout for Drew. Holding a 5-game winning streak, 6-2 overall into this 9th meeting between both teams. Marajiah Bacon fires it to Maya Neal. Got it knocked away by Ramos. Neal keeps it alive. And timeout by NJCU. We continue to just talk about how good Julia Ramos, the sophomore from Hazlitt, is defensively. Actually, offensively, we mentioned about her assist, as she has over 45, team leader this year, had 97 last year, but also last year 72 steals. He came in team lead with 29 steals and almost came away with a big one there, as NJCU able to gain possession. Now they will talk it over. Paul Tanaselli, your producer and director. I'm play-by-play man John Kelly Jr. So, of course, this the first of a 4-game homestand. Of course, 2 of the 4 will be NJAC opponents. Stockton here in the first of the year to open up the season. Then Ramapo will be here on Wednesday the 9th. Pratt will be the made-up game from November 15th due to the snow. So, trying to make it back-to-back home wins as NJCU 4:40 away from doing it. Biz Hub, Maisha Bacon, Maya Neal, Taylor Gaston, and Marajiah Bacon in the 5. Ramos, Haley Stein, Capiello, Noel, and Frederick in the 5 for Drew. Rangers holding a 5-game winning streak as Biz Hub to Bacon, leading all scorers with 22. Maisha gets it. Triple teamed out to Biz Hub. Tees it up. Cannot connect from 3, goes over the backboard, and it'll be Ranger basketball. Biz Hub has knocked down 2 threes tonight for 6 points, returning back to the lineup. She's 1 away from her career high, which is 3 threes made against Ramapo. Capiello from deep. That one too strong as Marajiah Bacon will tear it down. 13th rebound for her this evening. And she will work off some more clock. The team leader coming in at 23.2 points per game. Had her team leading 8th 20-point game this evening. And knocks down a 3. Lead for NJCU. Back to double digits as they lead now by 11. This is their largest lead. Frederick lays it home as that one looked like a walk. Frederick was somewhat to keep her footing. And she leads all scores for Drew in this one with 18 points, just 2 away from equaling her season high, which was 20 against PSU Berks. Scoop is good from Ramos. So Drew down by 11, now down by 7. Neal has some pressure coming from the Rangers and a nice tie-up by Ramos. Jump ball, who has the arrow? It's gonna go to Drew as Montalvo to check in. Haley Stein with 12 points, 9 from Ramos. As Noel will inbound. Julia Ramos will walk it up. Led all players with 8 assists last game. And almost got away with a carry, then lost control. Ball rolls out, and it will go over to NJCU. Wasn't sure of the play with 3:02 to go. As Drew now sets up a press. And Marajiah Bacon. One more foul, and Drew is over the limit. And there it is, their 5th foul. So, see who it is whistled on with 2:57 to go. And Bacon will go to the free throw line. Marajiah Bacon 2 for 3 at the line. 75%, she is 3 for 4. 54 free throws made, 82 attempted, tops on this team. She made 9 out of 13 against Rowan, which was a season high. Her 9 steals in this one, equaling a season high against Rowan. So big night here for Marajiah, just continuing to rack up that stat sheet. Capiello to Frederick, turnaround hook. Drew needed that one. Taylor Gaston with a big defensive board for NJCU. Now Marajiah Bacon driving on Capiello. Neal to Bizhub. Has made 2 threes tonight, tries one from 2 and lays it home. NJCU back to their largest lead, 11, with 2:25 to go. Ramos sets things up for the Rangers. Got to put a run together. Their 5-game winning streak on the line. Ramos, her layup way off. Taylor Gaston tried to get it, knocked away from her by Frederick, and it will go over to NJCU. They've held Drew to 35.8% shooting, under their 40.1% field goal average. And this evening, been ferocious defensively, forced 20 Drew turnovers and had 21 points off of that. As Paul Tanaselli, your producer and director, on play-by-play man John Kelly Jr., 9 threes made this evening by NJCU. Shooting 32%, as Gothic Knights had come into this one knocking down just 28 threes. We get that stat in there. 37 made on the year, just allowed 51, just 4 allowed this evening. And now 2:13 away from back-to-back home wins. Montalvo, Bizhub, Taylor Gaston, Marajiah Bacon, Marajiah Bacon, Ramos, Capiello, Frederick, Noel, and Haley Stein. So now it will come down to free throws. Drew is over the limit. 77.8% NJCU shooting. A good woman to put at the line here, and Marajiah Bacon. 27 points for her, 14 rebounds. And she misses the free throw line, so she's 4 for 6, has made 3 threes, Marajiah. 9 steals, so she has equaled her season high against Rowan. One more, she'll have a triple-double, and she goes 1 for 2 at the line. And that one stolen by Neal, feeds Marajiah Bacon, and she lays it home. Lead now to 14 for NJCU, large as it has been. 20-plus turnovers they have forced on Drew after the Rangers just had 8 the previous game, and a jump ball as the defense of NJCU all over Capiello, and they'll get it back with 1:53 to go. Montalvo will come in, Axman will come in for Capiello. So an inbound here for Bizhub. Marajiah Bacon with 30 points, so her 18th 30-point game of her career. As Bacon drawing contact on Noel, so free throws coming for NJCU. So Bacon had 35 last game. First time player had netted 30 points since Jazia Hall from Greenville, North Carolina, that previous game against TCNJ. Most points by an NJCU player in almost 9 years since Ebony Cunningham had scored 35. And I'm talking about Marajiah Bacon here with the 35 last game, getting her 18th career 30-point game. And Bacon also now getting the 4th triple-double in school history as she got her 10th steal, season high, a new one for first triple-double in school history. 4th overall, first one recorded since 2008 as Neal with another steal. 128 as NJCU by 16, large as they have led by. Marajiah Bacon threw it away to Ramos. Ramos driving. and gets fouled going up, so Drew to the charity stripe. And Marajiah Bacon now fourth triple-double, that is, in school history has been recorded by her. As she hits the 30-point mark, getting 10 steals, 14 rebounds, as Ramos misses the first of two. First triple-double recorded here since 2008. This is a team that snapped a 42-game losing streak last Monday against College of St. Elizabeth, 117 away from back-to-back home wins, as Ramos goes 1 for 2 at the line. So Bacon, fourth career triple-double in school history, and her 10 steals a season high. A new one after she had 9 previously against Rowan. So Montalvo setting it up with 1:08 to go. Across to Marajiah Bacon. Taylor Gaston got that one knocked away from her. Under a minute to go. Axman looking at Noel. Layup off the mark. Big rebound by Marajiah Bacon. Her 15th. Now trying to do it in transition. And does. Marajiah Bacon with 32. Under a minute to go. 47 seconds to go. And another steal by NJCU. And a timeout here by head coach Pat Devaney, and that has been the story. NJCU now by 17, largest lead as they got it, which is 55 seconds to go. They have forced 24 Drew turnovers and have put up 25 points off of them, as Marajiah Bacon with 10 steals this evening for an NJCU squad all over. So 17 steals total, and with what Marajiah Bacon has put up, this will be the biggest triple-double put up in school history. So after last week's comeback win against the College of St. Elizabeth, NJCU, they're an unfortunate issue with Sakia Campbell. She stepped off, didn't come back into this game. Jumped on Drew from the start, team that had not played since December 1st. And are 40 seconds away from ending their 5-game winning streak and 4-game winning streak against NJCU. 35 seconds to go, 14-second shot clock, the game clock advantage. Marajiah Bacon has back-to-back 30-point games, 32 in this one. Taylor Gaston, 10 to shoot, driving, and stuffed by Frederick going up. Goes the Biz Hubs, 5 to shoot. Cannot lay it home. Axman with the rebound, 15 seconds to go. Pat Devaney says to all his ladies, spread out, don't foul. As Haley Stein's 3 too strong. Axman trying to get the offensive board, couldn't corral it. And with 6.3 seconds to go, NJCU is going to win back-to-back home games, get their second win of the season, and make that 2 here at home. And a great way to end this 2018 slate with 2 of 3 wins. A lot to build on in the new year, as 2 new players coming in next semester for Pat Devaney. His team healthier now. Biz Hub return 1-0, and NJCU make it back-to-back wins here at home as they end the 5-game winning streak of the Drew Rangers, 65-48. And they end the 4-game winning streak in this series. In this 9th meeting, they now lead it 5-4 and have ended Drew's 5-game winning streak. So Ira Thor, SID, will come on here for the post-game interview as NJCU with back-to-back home wins. They take care of Drew 65-48. Post-game interview coming up after this.
stuttering.
All righty. Taking a look at the final stats here because they are incredible. We got Maisha, we got Marajiah. They're both going to come in. We'll start with Marajiah first. Ira Thor with you here post-game here on Gothic Vision after the Gothic Knight women's basketball team with perhaps its biggest win in years, knocking off a Drew team that came in on a 5-game winning streak, one of the better teams in the landmark conference. They were 6-2 overall. But bacon, because that's what they got served tonight as the Gothic Knights behind a huge fourth quarter, 24-10. They outscored Drew, and they beat the Rangers 65-48. Marajiah with the first triple-double in her career, the first triple-double at NJCU in 11 years, just the fourth in program history. Absolutely staggering. Nearly had it in the third quarter, 32 points, 15 rebounds, and 11 steals. Maisha, the NJAC Player of the Week for the first time in her career, 8 rebounds, 6 points, 3 assists, 2 steals, as the two sisters lead the way tonight. For yourself, triple-double, how does that sound?
It sounds good, actually. You know, I never had a triple-double before, even when I was at Keene. It feels good to have a triple-double, especially for the first time ever.
What you guys have done in the last week, come on in here too, because you'll probably be able to hear us over the mic. What this program has done in the last week is absolutely staggering. You have to think about where we've been and where we're going. We hadn't won a game in over 3 years. We beat St. Elizabeth in a game that was really a nail-biter until the very end, and Maisha, and that's a big reason you were Player of the Week, is your performance at the end of that game, combined with the monster double-doubles. We go on the road. We have a shot to beat TCNJ, the clear NJAC preseason favorite, and then we blow out Drew here in the fourth quarter. Try to put that into words in the last week on how this program, a program that, yeah, in the preseason was labeled the dark horse, great honor, but I don't think anybody really knew what the program was. We're hurt. We got a lot of injuries right now. So with all that into consideration, describe the last week. Use your own words.
I would say crazy, especially we have 8 girls. Usually we have 12, 13 girls. Beating teams with 8 girls is amazing, in my opinion.
Maisha, same question for you. We'll be able to hear you here. There's a loud mic here. The last week, try to put that into a couple of words here.
I think it's amazing because we're basically starting from fresh. Like, everybody's getting to know each other now. So now that we're, like, 10 games in, everybody's used to how each other plays, and, like, it's coming along well.
And your sister just put it right there out. That's as clear as it is. Other than you two, who kind of known each other since day one, nobody really knows each other. It's a brand new team, brand new coaching staff. Everybody's new. Very few returners from last year, and you're starting to see that everybody kind of knows where the other is going to be, playing smart transition basketball, smarter shots, not forcing shots. What do you think has been the biggest improvement from 2 weeks ago when we were still losing games by double figures to now winning games by double figures?
I think our defense has improved amazing, and a communicational defense as well. Also, our offense is doing great too, moving the ball more, getting each other the ball. I'd say that's it, in my opinion.
You've gotten a lot of honors in your career, and deservingly so. How does it feel to share the wealth a little bit here with Maisha being the NJAC Player of the Week for the first time?
I'm excited. I love it. I love it. I mean, she's always been counted out. So now that she's actually being in the spotlight, it feels good to have my sister in the spotlight with me now. I mean, I told her I was treating her to dinner.
Well, we have it here on tape, so we got proof of this. So let us know next week what she got you. One more question for you, and then we'll give the headset over officially to Maisha. How much fun are you having right now? You came in, a new program, you gave a program a chance, your last year of college basketball. You just moved into 5th place in the history of the conference in scoring. You're going to get to 2,000 points. It's just a matter of time. How much fun is college basketball for you right now, Marajiah Bacon?
I'm having a lot of fun. I mean, I didn't come here. I came here expecting to have fun, actually. I mean, Coach Pat, he's amazing. He's doing exactly what he promised. And, you know, he's getting me to become a better leader, better point guard. I'm having a lot of fun.
We're going to hand the headset over to your twin over here. We'll give her a second to actually wear the mic. And I'm going to ask the same question. Marajiah will stay with us. Fun. What's it like for you right now? How much fun are you having as a senior in some really meaningful games?
I'm having a lot of fun. I knew coming here would be like a extra step because I know I had to work harder now that we're coming to a team that hasn't won games in for how long. So like I know I had to step up to the plate, and I'm having a lot of fun.
You certainly are doing that. You know, your sister's always been the big scorer, and because of that, she's gotten the headlines. But you've proven you can score too. Back-to-back 27 games, back-to-back huge rebounding efforts, clear-cut NJAC Player of the Week when you do that. What's been the difference in your game? How have you been able to turn the corner like this?
Basically, what my coach and the rest of the coaching staff, they put a lot of like energy into me to, you know, stand out and do what I know that I can do. And I love that. Every day, Coach Pat basically texts me telling me how good I am and how he wants to see me be better than what I was the last day. So.
You are proving that. What does that honor mean to you, the NJAC Player of the Week?
It means a lot. I mean, I never had that before. I never had like something that I know like it's like the next step. Like I know what I did, and I know that I need to keep pushing forward.
I don't know how your mom's going to have enough room on the walls down in Neptune for all these honors you guys are getting. This win today, you know, you guys close game for a little bit, started to pull away a little bit in the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter just put your foot on the gas. Kind of explain what was the difference down in the end, and despite the fact that you guys clearly were tired with only 8 players, although you two seem to not be fazed by playing almost 40 minutes a night, but what was that difference in that fourth quarter? How were we able to pull away with such staggering results?
Basically, everybody knew like everybody has to step up to the plate. You see, Christine kept dropping threes. Like everybody was doing their job today, and basically that was it.
And I'm glad you gave Christine Bizup a little pub here because you know she's been out for a while with injury. Came back last week and put up 8 points today, 2 big threes here in the fourth quarter. Yesenia Montalvo had 6 points. And Zaire Taylor-Gaston, the other freshman who sometimes gets overlooked, another good game, 5 boards, 3 assists, and along with a couple of rebounds. All right, so we've come to the end of the fall semester. You guys are going to have a break coming up. Try to put into a few words the first half of the year and kind of what you're looking forward to now as we move on to the second half.
Well, now that I know, like, we have what it takes to win, I know that when we come back, we just got to keep working harder, and we could be to the top if we keep pushing.
What about you, Marajiah?
First half is over now. Now it's time to come back in the second half of the season and do what we got to do and work hard.
Well said, well said. All right, last question. What are you guys doing for the holidays?
Oh, Christmas. Probably eat a lot. I don't know. What you going to do?
Family time.
Family time. That's the way it should be. Well, can't have family time without family. We got 2 of them right here. Marajiah and Marajiah Bacon, a big part of the reason the Gothic Knights today, with what became a blowout win, 65-48 win over Drew. They now lead that all-time series 5-4, but the headline, not only the win, Marajiah Bacon puts up the 4th triple-double in the history of NJC women's basketball, the first in 11 years. Just absolutely crazy numbers. I'll read them one more time because they pop off the page. 32 points, 15 rebounds, and usually when you get a triple-double, it's with assists. Nah, she did it with steals. 11 of them. As the Gothic Knights, 17-6 edge in steals today. They forced 24 turnovers, and when you do that, you're going to win a lot of ball games. I'm going to hand the mic back to John Kelly Jr. He's going to wrap up the broadcast as the Gothic Knights, behind a little Bacon. Big win today here in Jersey City.
So there are your final stats on your screen as NJCU wins back-to-back games here at home as they take care of Drew 65-48, ending the Rangers' 5-game winning streak and going to 2-9 overall and 2-3 here at home to end the 2018 campaign. And Drew will fall to 6-3 overall. And for the Gothic Knights' first win in 4 meetings against Drew, they lead the all-time series 5-4. They get it done here this evening, 65-48. Good vibrations and a time to celebrate as the song playing above there that you heard in the mic, our crowd mic, as for this NJCU women's basketball team going into 2019, a lot of good stories. Health's going to get better. And look out if you're NJAC opponents and other out-of-conference opponents. Special thanks to all who worked in the SID department to get me ready for the Drew women's team. Good work by that SID department. A lot of good notes. And hopefully for Drew here, they can get it back together as they try to compete in a very difficult landmark conference as NJCU knocks them off in this one this evening. With the Bacon sisters dominating, of course, Marajiah Bacon leading the way with 30+